Do you know that the war is in your mind and not in your current circumstances? It's not about the things that you don't have. It's not about the things that you're praying to God for that He has not given you. It's about your mind. You know, when God gives you blessings, no one can stop it from reaching you. No one but you. And how can you stop it? Through your willpower. You're the only one that can control your will. But how can the enemy control you with your will? He controls your emotions and he controls your mind. When you recognize that the reason why you're going through this mental turmoil is not because you don't have the things that you've been praying to God for, it's because your mind is being messed with. So if you're praying for something, let's say you're praying for a spouse, or you're praying for a degree, or maybe you're praying for a car or a house, finances, whatever it is that you're praying for, and you have not received it yet, right? When you have this mindset of, oh, why God, why haven't you given me the things I'm praying for? I've been praying for this thing over and over again. You haven't given it to me. Then you're hindering your own blessings. How so? Let's think about it. If you haven't received these things that you're praying to God for, let's say it's a house. You've been praying to God for a house, and you've been praying, let's say things haven't been working out the way that you want, and you've been praying, and you haven't gotten this house yet. Have you considered maybe you're just not ready for that house? Maybe on the surface, in the physical realm, you might feel like you are ready for that house. Oh, I have the finances. Oh, I'm ready. I have the stuff that I can put in my house. I have the credit. I have the this. I have the that. But maybe you are just not ready in God's eyes. Because remember, God sees the beginning and He sees the end. He knows exactly where you're going. Maybe He's saving you from something that you are not even prepared for. And it could be that, or it could be many other reasons, other things. But when you recognize and you have this mindset that maybe the things that I have right now is because I am not ready for it. Okay? There were things that 2 years ago that I was praying to God for. And I was asking, why don't I have this? Why don't I have it? Fast forward to now, and I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, I get it now. I get why God did not deliver that thing to me. I get now why I didn't, because my mind was in a completely messed up way. Like the things that I was thinking at the time would, like, if I received that prayer that I asked God for at that time, I would have completely blown it, because mentally I was not at the right state of mind. Do you get what I'm saying? Your circumstances is not going to change the way you think. It's not going to change your emotions. If you are feeling like, once I get this house, for example, once I get this house, I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to be so joyful, and I'm not going to be sad anymore. I'm going to be so content. That house is not going to get you that emotion, that emotional state. That house is not going to get that. You already have to be in that emotional state to get that house. I watched a video on Instagram. I want to say it's Instagram. And it was of a man talking about how it was a movie. I want to say either a movie or a show. He was saying, oh, I only have 40 million only, mind you. I only have $40 million in my bank account right now. I'm going broke. And I was like, hold up. $40 million? Just give me half of that. Matter of fact, give me a quarter of that. $40 million. But that's the thing. Maybe he is used to dealing with billions of dollars. But he has $40 million. That $40 million could change somebody's life. Even half of that could change someone's life. But because his mind, he has had more, his perspective is completely different. And that's the same thing you are going through right now. Recognize the blessings in where you are right now, because there's somebody else right now that does not have the things that you currently have. And if they were in your shoes, they will be so grateful. They will be so happy. Think about the blessings that you have, the things that God has provided you with. Some people wish they had the circumstance that you are praying for God to change. When you recognize the blessings that God has given you, Your perspective will change about the things that you're praying to God for. God has already answered your prayers. He's already given you the things that you want. I had a conversation with this guy, and he was telling me about how he was uprooting his life from one country to another, and how he knew he was going to have to start all over. But he does have the option to go back, but he doesn't want to think about having that option because he loves the challenge. He knew it was going to take years to get to where he wants to go, but he is willing to go for that because he wants the challenge. He enjoys it. Now think about somebody else who is forced to uproot their life to go somewhere else. Who knows they're going to have to start all over again, but they're scared. They're scared that they have to start all over again. They wish they had what they had in the past. It's a completely different mindset. One person is excited for the challenge. The other person is scared and fearful for what's to come. It's all about your mind and how you perceive things. You might have $0 in your bank account right now, but you have clothes to wear. The fact that you're watching this right now, you are blessed because some people don't even have data. Some people don't even have a phone. But the fact that you're even able to watch this right now, you're blessed. You have breath in your lungs. You can see or you can hear. You're blessed with something that somebody else wished they had. Be grateful for that. And when I promise you, when you have this mindset shift, the things that you don't have don't bother you anymore. Remember, when Peter was in that boat and Jesus asked him to walk on the water, to walk towards him and to keep his attention on him alone, Peter was able to get off that boat and walk on water until he looked left. He looked right. He saw that there was a storm. And guess what? He started to sink. Focus your attention on Jesus. Keep your eyes on him. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and your desires will come unto you. Remember, Psalm 91 says, 1,000 may fall at my side and 10,000 at my right hand, but none will come near me.